So I'll be working with this fabric to create a placket. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is to open this up. So opening it up, you will notice I have a crease line. I went ahead to use my iron to create the line so that I know the middle of the top. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is to mark 6.5 inches. So after marking the 6.5 inches, I'm going to connect with my chalk to make it visible. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do on that line, I'm going to go outwards on the left hand side by 1/2 inch. So I'll stop at the 6.5 inches. Then I'll connect to make a straight line. So I'm going to repeat the same process on the right hand side. I'll connect or come out with 1/2 inch at the bottom and also at the top with 1/2 inch, and I'll connect with a straight line. So after connecting on that line where I have my 6.5 inches where it stops, at the middle line, I'm going to go upwards with 1/2 inch. So from the 1/2 inch, I'm going to connect to the corner to the side like this. So creating a slant. I'll do the same thing to the other side. So at the end of the day, we're going to have something like a triangle. So you can see why I just connected. So we have something like a triangle there. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is to open it up at the center. So while opening it up, you have to be careful. So do not exceed that point that we came up by. Then you're going to slant your hand to that corner and also slant your hand to the other corner. So opening it up gently. So don't exceed where the chalk marking is. So you can see what I have. So that triangle at the middle is obviously visible now. So the next thing to do now is to determine the fabric you want to use for the placket. So this is what I'll be working with. This is 15 inches. So opening up, I have 3 inches in width. So what I did was I folded both ends by 1/2 inch, and after folding by 1/2 inch, I also went ahead to fold into two again, so leaving it at 1 inch. So at the end of the day, to know what to fold, you measure what you have on the neckline and add about 2 or 3 inches to be on the safe side. If you're working with a lightweight fabric, go ahead and use your interfacing before you fold it. So use your interfacing to make it or to give it some stability. So the next thing to do now is to fold this way, okay? Like the way I'm doing at an angle. So you can see how I'm folding. Then you fold again. So making sure that the seam line or the chalk line rhymes with the middle. So I'm going to pick up this and fold at an angle again, and also fold it again to make sure that the chalk line all rhymes together. So this is the easiest way for a beginner to achieve this. The next thing now is to bring the fabric which we want to use for the placket and attach it to it before going to the machine. So if you're a beginner, this will be the easiest way to do this. So you're going to attach this to the fabric. So you just go ahead and use your pin to attach this to the fabric. So after attaching with the pin, I'm going to go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and sew straight down to the end. So as I sew, I take away the pin. As I sew, I take away the pin until I get to the end of the sewing. So after sewing, this is how it looks like. I've already gone ahead to use my pressing iron to give it a good press. And the next thing to do now is to take one side and lap it on top of the other. So when you're doing this, you have to be careful. Make sure that the neckline rhymes with each other, that one is not longer than the other. So you're going to lap like the way I'm doing this way. So you can go ahead and also use your pin to hold that part down. So you can see what I'm doing. Just follow what I'm doing. So place your hand this way and automatically you're going to form that placket, that triangular shape that you usually have at the end of your placket. So I'm going to be doing this now from another angle so that you see it again. So I'm taking one side like this and I'm going to lap it on top of the other side, making sure that the neckline is equal. So you go ahead, like I said, and use your pin to do this. Then the next one at the end this way, you're going to come the way I'm doing. Just this is very simple, making sure that the pointy part is also facing the middle of your top or your blouse. So this is it again. Now I've opened it up I'm going to take one side and lap on top of the other side, making sure that my neckline are equal. Hold it down with my pin just to be accurate. Then at the bottom part, I'm going to go in with my hand. So this is something that you have to adjust. Okay, so you're going to use your hand to adjust it properly and achieve what you want. So you can see that it's automatically forming, making sure that that triangular, the point at the end there, the triangular shape points down. So from this pointy part here at the end, I'm going to go upwards with 1 inch. So I'm going to sew there, sew like this, sew down, sew again, and sew upwards. So watch what I'm doing. I'm coming down. Now I move to the slanted part, the other slanted part, and I'll go down again. Then I take it back upwards and back stitch. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. So I hope this video was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe.